Sharesies is a very easy and straightforward platform that requires no prior knowledge when it comes to investing. A complete beginner can start using this platform to buy stocks without any problems whatsoever. It allows you to invest in the Australian, New Zealand and American stock market. It has very minimal brokerage fees, as low as 50 cents per investment, and it gives you all the necessary info you need to make sure you get your taxes sorted as well. So throughout this video I'll be giving you a complete breakdown of the Sharesies platform, all the way from setting up an account to making your first investment. So jumping into making a Sharesies account, all you'll need to do is just head over to the Google Play or the App Store and download the Sharesies application, or you can just head over to their website as well. When you're signing up, it will ask you for all the general pieces of information like your email address, date of birth and phone number, but then you'll also need a proof of identity, either your driver's license or your passport number, and then you'll also have to provide your IID number as well. When you're signing up to Sharesies, you can also pop in a referral link to get a free $5 when you're signing up. Make sure to expand the description of this video to get your referral link that you can use to get a free $5 when you're making your account. So once you send all this information through, your account will get verified within about 1 to 2 days, and then you'll be ready to start investing. Before you start making some investments, you're going to need to fund your account with some money. So there's two main options that you can use with Sharesies. The first one is a credit card. However, this is very expensive and the fees for this can quickly mount up. If you want to top up your account with $1,000, it's going to cost you $27 in fees. In comparison to topping up with a bank transfer, there are no fees involved at all. So it goes without saying that you should only be topping up your account with a bank transfer to really cut down on those fees. And every Sharesies account has a unique account number tied to it that you just have to enter into your mobile banking app, and you can directly transfer funds to it just the same way that you might transfer one of your friends using online banking. It takes about 1 to 2 days for these funds to actually hit your account, and do keep in mind that over the weekend these times can vary, so it's always best to do your investing or your topping up during the weekdays to make sure your funds go into your account as quickly as possible. Now I'll be walking you through the platform and showing you the exact steps that you need to take in order to actually buy some shares of a company. To do this, I'll be buying some shares of a dividend stock, which is Apple. So once you jump onto the home screen of Sharesies, this is what it will look like. So as you can see here, you can see the current value of my portfolio, which is very minimal as I only hold one share of restaurant brands, and the rest of my money is actually come from people signing up using my referral link. You can see I've got about $180 sitting there in my wallet, which is ready to invest. So if you want to search for a specific company that you're wanting to buy, you just click on invest on the left hand side of the screen, and then you can search for the certain business that you're looking at. It also has different categories here like ETFs, transport or healthcare if you want to look at a certain sector to invest in. But we're going to go with Apple. So up the top here, you can already see that it pops up because it's filtered by market cap currently. So you can sort companies through different criteria. So currently it's under market cap. You can also do highest price, highest annual return, or also the highest dividend yield. So you can take a look at these different criteria when you're organizing the kind of companies that you're wanting to invest in. So we're going to go with Apple. So I'll go back to market cap, or I could also manually search for the company up the top here as well. So we click on the icon, and then it's going to give us a bit of financial information about that particular business. So when you scroll down, you can look at the different stock graphs across different time periods from 1 week to 3 months to even 5 years to get a good idea of the price movements of that specific business. If you scroll down, you can also look at other features like the PE ratio, the level of risk, and the total market cap of that particular company. So from the screen, you can get a quick idea of how well that company is doing across these different time points with some basic financial information. And then if you want to actually purchase that company, you just click on buy in the bottom right, and then it's going to give you a lot of different buying options based on what your current investing goals are. So the first one is market buy, which is just buying the shares of the company at that set market price. So if we go back to Apple, we can see that currently it's valued at just over $135 US. So if we click on market buy, we're buying the shares of Apple at that 135 USD price. And then we also have limit order, which is when you are setting a specific price that you're willing to pay for that company. So if you thought that Apple was going to increase in value and go from $135 up to $170, and potentially you didn't want to be always checking your phone, seeing what the price movements are, and you only wanted to invest when there's some positive momentum happening for the price of the stock, then you can just set that in here as a limit buy order. So only if that price threshold is met, then the shares will be purchased for you. So it makes it a bit more of a hands-free approach, as opposed to you always having to manually check the price of that company. So you would just pop in the value that you're wanting to buy those shares at up the top here. So we'd pop in 170 USD, and with this you are only able to buy whole shares as opposed to market buy, where you're able to buy fractional shares of the company. So the really good part about a market buy order is that if you don't want to fork out the full 135 USD for a share of Apple, you can just buy maybe 0.1 or buy $10 worth of that company. So I'm just going to buy $10 worth of Apple shares just here, so I don't have to invest much at all. I can put in a very minimal amount into this company. So you just click on review, and it just gives you a quick breakdown of the investment and the fees associated with it. So just under half a cent USD to buy $10 worth of Apple. So you just click on buy, and then it's going to say that the order has been executed. And just quickly running through some of the other features on the Sharesies platform, if you go to your wallet, then you can see how much money you have in the New Zealand dollar and the US dollar, because you have to exchange your money from NZD into USD in order to buy American companies. There's the exchange feature up here where you can transfer funds between these different types of currencies, and then down the bottom you can have your top up with bank transfer option, which is where you'll get your unique account number to send your funds to. You can also top up with a card, but as we said earlier, this is very costly and can actually take up a lot of your money. And then finally down the bottom, you can also withdraw your funds too, and all you have to do is provide a specific account number that you want your funds to get sent to. If you want to select the specific account you want your money to go into when you're withdrawing it, then just click on settings, go to bank accounts and cards up the top, and then you can enter the specific bank account you want your money to enter when you're withdrawing money from the Sharesies platform. If you're not feeling too confident when it comes to investing, then Sharesies has got you covered. It has a Learn tab which breaks down key investing principles like the difference between ETFs and stocks, and has a lot of frequently asked questions about the Sharesies platform, like withdrawing times for money and the process you have to go through to actually top up your account. Jumping into the fees for Sharesies, which are a very key part of any broker, how much are you actually going to have to pay to use the services of this platform? So with Sharesies, it's all based on a percentage as opposed to Hatch, which is a flat charge per investment. So with Sharesies, you're going to be charged 0.5% of your investment up to $3,000. Anything exceeding $3,000, you're going to be charged 0.1%. So as a practical example, if you're investing in Sharesies and you want to put in $100, you're going to pay 50 cents in fees. If you're investing $1,000, then you're going to have to pay just under $5 in fees. These figures change when you factor in the exchange rate for exchanging your New Zealand dollar into the US dollar when you're buying American companies. The FX fee for Sharesies is 0.4%. So the fees for Sharesies are very respectable, and they're good for new investors that maybe want to just invest $50 to $100 each week or every month. You're not going to be charged a lot of money for this. There's also a fees calculator on the Sharesies website that I'll leave linked down below in the description if you want to see how much money you're going to have to pay for different values of investments. So what if you're under the age of 18 and you want to make an account and start investing through Sharesies? That's not a problem. All you need is an adult or a legal guardian that has a verified Sharesies account, and you can use this to create a kids account under it. Jumping into paying taxes using Sharesies, there's only two criteria where you actually have to do some paperwork of your own when it comes to declaring taxes on investments within New Zealand. So the first one is if you're getting a dividend payout of 200 NZD or more, or if you have $50,000 worth of cash invested in overseas companies, meaning any Australian or American business. If you have more than $50,000 of cash invested in New Zealand companies, then this rule does not yet apply to you. And when I say cash, this is because if you have $20,000 invested in Tesla and Tesla goes up 300% and now you have $60,000, that doesn't mean you need to start declaring tax on it. It's only if you invested say $51,000 into Tesla as cash, that's when you need to start paying tax or declaring your tax on the investment profits. It's not about the price fluctuations of the total value of your portfolio, but of the cash amount that you put into the investment. If you fall into the category of getting a 200 NZD payout from a dividend, then you're going to have to complete an IR3 form and also seek the advice, ideally, of a tax advisor as well. But after all that, I'm not sure if Sharesies is actually the best broker for you. There's another one called Stake, which is arguably far better. It gives you zero brokerage fees, full access to the US market, and has other features like allowing you to instantly receive profits after selling an investment and detailed financial reports to help improve the quality of your investments as well. Make sure to check out my full guide to the Stake platform on screen here so that you can make an informed decision on which broker is the best for you.